Good afternoon and welcome back. We are with you again, and we are trying to figure out what really is going on, because there isn't much going on in the news and on the horizon on anything. No much discussion of anything. The only two new things are government shutdown and Tom Hanks's diabetes, and that's about it.
Tom Hanks's diabetes.
Yeah, diabetes too. Yeah. I don't know what those are the big news. Now, I mean, people are diagnosed with diabetes too every day, but they don't make the news. Tom Hanks does. Anyway, so let's get station identification out of the way first, and then we'll get to the real issues, or what I think they're the real issues.
All right.
Okay, your turn.
My turn. Okay. You're listening to The Medical Conspiracy on OrionTalkRadio.com and Micro1650.com, coming to you out of Tonawanda, New York. You might be listening on Spreaker.com or TalkSuperstation.com, maybe Shoutcast.com, or you might be listening with the TuneIn app. With us today, as always, is Barbara Hartwell, and Barbara's website is barbarahartwell.cia.blogspot.com. That's Barbara Hartwell, vscia.blogspot.com. Hello, Barbara. Are you here?
Yes, I am, Randy. Good afternoon, Randy and Dr. Carpenter.
She's here with the struggling.
Yeah, just trying to get through another day.
Yeah, it's not easy for any of us here, but we are trying to continue on and keep up the show and keep up the information, the flow of what is going on. And as you know, the big thing is government shutdown. And I am really not sure what that means. I don't know if any of you has any idea of what it means and what it's supposed to be. But one thing I can tell you is,
I think it's a scam, Dr. Carpenter.
Yeah.
I mean, in part, I really believe it's a scam. I think it's just something to say, oh my God, look how bad things are. And then Obama's going around, trying to be a dictator, which he is, and telling
no,
people,
he's just a patsy and an idiot.
Oh, of course he is. Of course he is. But I read one story about a restaurant owner. There was a restaurant owner that had a restaurant for 20 years and it was in one of the national parks. And they tried to force this restaurant to shut down. Okay, now this is a guy that works for a living. He has a business, and it happens to be in a park. And because the national parks are shut down now, government shutdown, right? So they made this guy shut down his restaurant. And there was a protest. And I've also heard that some of the other park rangers in other national parks have said, hell no, we're not going to shut down here.
Why should they shut down?
The hell should they? Exactly.
They're not the government.
No.
It's just unbelievable the things that are going on.
It is.
But, okay, what I don't understand is, doesn't it mean, now they even want to shut down the restaurant in the parks, but
yeah.
The thing is that the government is shut down. Does that mean that the president is not getting paid either?
I doubt it.
And should that mean that all the agencies are shut down, including FDA?
Yeah, it should be.
Not such a thing.
Well, one thing that really sickened me when I heard that Obama, a.k.a. Sotaro, or whatever the hell his name is, that he went on I guess it was recently, he went on $100 million safari to Africa. $100 million.
Oh, come on, but that could be just a malarkey. How can you verify that?
But no, I believe it. That he goes
see, that's it.
Vacation. Okay,
I don't think it's true.
Meanwhile, some of us can't even pay the rent. We can't pay the bills.
I know, but I really don't believe that he went on a safari with all the things, the turmoil that are going on here and trying to fight back. No.
He plays golf. He doesn't care about anything.
Yeah, I'm sure he does play golf, but a safari, no. But that's just a whole bunch of nonsense. But what I am trying to understand is, if there is no money to pay government employees, how come FDA is still operating? Because it is. FDA is still operating. Why?
Yeah, and the Congress have
who's
not
paying
been,
them?
their salaries are still being paid,
Sure
even
they
though they're not working. So that's what I'm saying. I believe it's a scam.
It's not shut down if they're still being paid, even though they're not working. What is nonsense is that? And it seems to me.
Name, because I believe it's another psyop, because you see, this way it makes everybody, oh my God, the government shut down. And the next thing you know, now we're going to have to move in and implement these measures to solve the problem. You see, this is what they do. This is what
they arrest all the government.
Yes. And
that's how you solve the problem. You
down
put them in jail. Yeah. But the thing is, if you think about it, the only talk before the shutdown was about Obamacare, signing up for Obamacare, okay?
Right.
And of course, has a lot of flaws too, and it does not cover controlling the cost, but you know that's down the line. Once they introduce Obamacare, then they're going to put control on the prices, and the medical cannot, that's my view, okay, of what is possibly going on. So the medical is going to lose big time, and the drug company are going to lose big time, because they are based on prices going out of control. So what did they have to do? Something to distract the attention, okay? And that's how the disagreement with the Republican, and that's how the shutdown of the government. So all the attention is on the shutdown, not on signing up for
exactly.
Obamacare.
It's a diversion. That's part of diversion. But it's also the sinister plot that involves Obamacare, so-called. What they have waiting in the wings is they're going to have, quote, they call them home visits, where they make people, they advise you on what to vaccines for your children and everything else. And if you don't comply, it's a home invasion. It's not a home visit. But they're talking about we'll have a home visit with a social worker.
Yeah, that's a different thing, though, because that's not affordable care. Healthcare is something else.
But it's not. But it's part of the plot.
It's a dictatorship. That's what it is. And that is another thing I was going to talk about today, is about the vaccines, okay? Because they are blaming the parents that they're refusing to have their children vaccinated, and they are charging them with the responsibility of spreading childhood diseases. Yes, and that is correct. You have to vaccinate the children, but my point, as I said before, is that childhood diseases can be a real problem, but the problem is provide good vaccine without preservatives or emulsifier that make a mess of.
Well, exactly, Dr. Carpenter.
But provide a valid, good products, and don't blame the parents. There is a spread of whooping cough, so the fault is of the parents that are not vaccinating their kids. Well, you provide good vaccines, and then people will vaccinate.
Well, some of the parents now, more and more people have been educated as to all the garbage, the toxins, and the emulsifiers, and all that crap that's in the vaccines, and they are rightfully saying.
Well, actually, there are some people like the idiots like this Sanjay Woven and all of those, okay, that say, the vaccine themselves, the vaccine, I don't even vaccinate my kids, blah, blah, blah. That is stupid. The vaccine is not guilty of anything. It's what they add to it to extend the shelf life and extend the revenue instead of providing proper vaccine. But anyway, so they're always accusing people what they're not guilty of. It's just typical. But I think it's a diversion. And another thing I want to point out about what is going on with this thing, government shutdown, or before then in September, signing up for Obamacare and all of that. Did you pay attention to the event in the past, at least past 4 years? And I'll tell you why the 4 years has become worse in the past 4 years. By the time you got to mid-September, all you could hear is Komen Foundation Race for the Cure, Breast Cancer Awareness Month is coming. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the Common Foundation everywhere. It was to the point that you wanted to shoot somebody that even opened their mouth about the subject. It was everywhere to make you sick to your stomach because, you know, the foundation doesn't do any good to anybody. But it was non-stop. You were bombarded. This year, maybe I heard one time.
I haven't heard anything.
Anything.
I'm wearing a Pink Floyd T-shirt.
Yeah, but, and get this. I thought that was good. I was looking for some Yoplait in the store, and they had this package with a pink ribbon. I said, forget that, I'm not buying that. But, and so I bought another of all the packages that didn't seem to have the pink ribbon on the outside, but it had it on the inside, okay?
Oh,
Package.
really?
Yes.
They all are sponsors, I guess, of this.
Man.
Yes, because they say, depending how many you buy, they donate a certain amount to the Common Foundation. But get this.
No thanks. No thanks.
Right. And I did not want to buy that type of thing and contribute to the Common Foundation. So I found this box that didn't have the pink ribbon, and I hope for the best. And when I opened the box, each container had the pink ribbon. And I assumed the boxes with the ribbon on the outside had the same thing. But get this. If you read the instruction, it tells you that once you eat it, you save the top that you peel off, and I guess you have to clean it, and you send in the tops. And then the company will pay something to the Common Foundation.
Really?
Great, because I threw them all in the trash.
Throw them out. That's right.
But I mean, other people will do that. People will not clean up the lid and send it off. It's too much headaches, too much interferes with their everyday routine. And that's a great device. It's really deception because it tells, but it's really not going to happen. They're not going to pay anything to the Common Foundation, which is good because very few people will send in the caps. And I thought that was a great thing. Yeah, allow people to say, no, I don't want you to donate anything. But that's about the only other thing I've seen. And this was in the Yoplait packages. I haven't seen that many pink packages like I used to see in any of the products. So this time of year was really difficult to go buy anything because everything was donation to the Common Foundation. And this time it's not that way.
Well, there's no propaganda campaign this year.
Okay, so you start wondering why? What is going on this year? And to me, only means one thing. The Common Foundation was another government scheme. Another one. And was controlled by the government. It was pushed by the government. Brainwash people as much as you can. This year, they have a lot more pressing issue for their own interest, of course. Not pressing for the public, but pressing for themselves. And so they have forgotten about the Common Foundation. See, because there are other things more important. And to me, that is only a confirmation of the fact that the government is behind everything.
Well, it is because even I remember way back, many years ago, that in different types of work that I was doing, and of course I was still inside CIA and working for these various places, I remember going to these various cancer benefits, okay? That was before I knew what I know now. Okay, even then I was suspicious. But it was definitely, I fully understood that all these campaigns of propaganda were definitely run by the government. There's no doubt. You're absolutely right. No doubt.
But as you know, there is no indication, direct indication that the Common Foundation is pushed by the government. But then if you look at the history of the Common Foundation, you see the bushy guy.
Well, yeah. No, in the past, we're talking about 20 or 30 years ago, it was the American Cancer Society.
Well, it still exists.
Yeah, it still exists. But any tentacle that comes out, they're all connected. There's just no doubt.
It's interest of the government, whatever their interest might be. Yes, it's all the government behind all of it. And this year they're too busy with other nonsense that to push that, so they're doing something else. But what I wanted to say is the last 4 years, it's always been there since they were founded, but last 4 years has been a barrage of propaganda beyond control. Why? It started after that infamous day that the commercial run in the paper in Little Rock.
And which was that? Can you tell us about that, Dr. Carpenter?
Yeah, it was an ad in the insert for a race for the cure for the breast cancer awareness month. And there was an insert in the Little Rock paper.
The convertible.
The Gazette. Yeah, there was a convertible in a clear road with no traffic, blue skies.
But it was blue with a shade of pink. Yeah.
It was?
Yeah, pink. There were pink overlays. You didn't really notice it at first, but yeah, there was a pink tint to the whole ad.
And there was a guy that was driving and a woman in the passenger seat that was stretching out her arms up in the air, stretching them out like freedom, okay? And then, of course, now his cancer turned to die. It was the red sun of the Les Meeting. It was a beautiful ad. And after that, all hell broke loose. The sky fell and everything was out of control.
That was 4 years ago then.
No, it was 5 years ago.
5 years.
It was 2008. But I mean, the following years up to last year, the following 4 years has been an attack on, the Komen Foundation is so great, wonderful, blah, 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 while they were attacking me and Les Meeting. Yeah. And I guess it's either because Les Meeting is no more, so they figure, we have done it. And I don't know, the other problems of the government, so this year is pretty quiet. I'm sure they still have races here and there, but it's pretty quiet.
Well, in the last year, too, there was a lot of bad publicity about the Komen Foundation.
Yeah, there was too, but not bad publicity. It's exposing facts about that.
Well, that's what I mean. Their popularity has gone down, I think.
Anyway,
and now, where are they located? It's the Coleman, Coleman.
No,
Is that
no, it's called K.
Komen.
Oh, I see, Coleman. And
I don't know where the president is. I don't know. I guess they are in Washington. Are they the organization? I don't know where their address is, but was always government involved in the founding. And let me tell you, the sister, because this was Susan something Komen, okay, the sister, she has made millions because her sister died of breast cancer, which she really did. She died of breast cancer treatment.
Of the treatment.
Yeah. Oh, women do die of treatment. Well,
you know what, Dr. Carpenter, that reminds me, I told you before about, they have every year up here in Maine, they have something where there's and this is no disrespect to these people because they mean well, but there was a woman that died of cancer. I don't remember her name, but every year they have a race. Again, a race. People make a donation. They pay to be part of the race, and people stand out on the streets and cheering as they run by, and they believe they're doing a good thing. And
I know.
That's the problem. I mean, I've been at a couple of these events because my church usually participates. I didn't go last year, but it's the type of situation where they don't know. They don't know any better. And the brother of the woman who died of cancer, he's part of that one that runs this race thing, but he's a dupe, just like they don't know. They think they're trying to do, and they're trying to do something good. They're devastated by the death of a family member, and they just don't know the facts. And
but how good is going to be to raise money for the organization that are responsible for the death of the person?
Exactly. It isn't good. But my point is, they don't know that. And that's...
Well, they need to get an education.
Exactly. But that's exactly right. And this show and the rest of the work that you do, aside from the fact that they shut down your practice, that's why they need to hear this program, so they can learn the facts, so they can recognize if I really want to do something, then I can I have to do the research. I have to find out the facts. And then I have to stand up and say, wait, no, this is the wrong way to go.
Yeah, but people are not doing that. And they got this thing, I guess it's the white coat complex. The doctor said it, even this is absolute lie, and the common sense will tell you it's a lie. They just buy it because the doctor said it. And the doctor, like a lot of other people were saying, oh, well, if your method is that good, if it really works, why wouldn't the doctor use it? That's pretty naive, okay? But that's a lot of people say that.
But it's indoctrination, you know, and the terrible thing to me is that a quote, let's call the person, the relative of the person who died. That person is in a very emotionally vulnerable position because they've lost a loved one and they don't understand why that person actually died. You see, and the indoctrination, it's like, oh, let's rally all together and do something about it. Let's have a race for the cure. And it's just the same old thing, repeating endless loop year after year.
Yeah, and when was the Common Foundation founded? Was it 1984? Yeah, I think that's what it was. So we are talking about a long, long time in all this time, not to mention all the money that has gone in cancer research in over 60 years. Whether the one of the Common Foundation is almost 30 years, and have they accomplished anything? No, because they are not raising for anything other than gathering funds, and then some of the money goes into indoctrinating, which means going into brainwashing.
Real alternative radio. We are OrionTalkRadio.com.
At Orion Talk Radio, we're constantly working hard on your behalf. But the fight for freedom could not be fought without you. So we want to hear what you have to say at 888-272-4434.
I just want to say thank you guys for doing what you're doing. My old radio station has completely failed me. Corporate news is nothing but talking points and propaganda, and it's time that we thought for ourselves. It's about time we had a station that deals with the real truth, so thank you.
The mainstream media lies to us. We all know it.
Hi, I love listening to your station.
I listen to you daily. I love the Orion Network. It is filled with great shows.
I shared it with my friends, and we are devout listeners of Orion Radio.
All I can say is I get what I need to know from Orion Talk Radio.
At Orion Talk Radio, we're waiting for your call. 888-272-4434.
Okay, we're back from the break, and of course the big thing that we introduced at the beginning was the government shutdown, which Barbara feels is a scam, and it's just nonsense, and FDA is still operating, and Congress is still operating. How do you explain that? Okay, the government shut down, people are not getting paid. What people are not getting paid?
The people that need it.
Right. Basically, yeah. You know, what, the janitors? The mailroom operators? What?
Look, everything is still open, to my knowledge, except for they're trying to shut down, like we said, the national parks. What the hell is that about?
Because if you remember when we're talking months ago about the budget, they say, no, we have problems, so we have to close down and reduce the cost of the parks, which is peanuts compared to the paycheck of Congress, the Senate, and the president. Come on, although the president's got money of his own, so plenty of money of his own, so he's a millionaire. So, but I'm saying, what kind of nonsense is this? The government is shut down, but then everybody, and FDA still up to the usual tricks. Okay, there is this article, October 8th, and listen to this name. This product called Oxy Elite Pro. It's not Oxy-M. This is Oxy Elite Pro. And they claim that there is a health advisory because they claim that this supplement, this is a natural supplement, has caused acute hepatitis to 29 cases. 29 cases of hepatitis. But get this. FDA, along with the Center for Disease Control. The Center for Disease Control is in the U.S., so it should be part of the government. Why are they still operating? Okay. And the other one is the Hawaii Department of Health, DOH, okay, are investigating a growing number of reports of acute non-viral hepatitis in Hawaii, okay? And say they were, huh?
I hear some kind of thing in the background.
That was the ice cream truck going by.
Oh, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Really?
Same song, that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
That wasn't Schwann's, just the regular ice cream.
No,
truck,
that
right?
was the entertainer, from Marvin Hamlish, I guess, is who wrote
And
that.
the Sting, remember the
Yeah,
Sting?
right.
movie? Yep.
Uh-huh.
We have the same ice cream truck with the same music in this name.
Here it comes
They
again.
all, but they all have the same use, the same. Yeah, I think they all have the same sound. But anyway.
Except for they have, one of them has La Cucaracha, the cockroach.
Yeah, right. Can you imagine writing a song about a cockroach?
Well,
No.
that was Pancho Villa's nickname, though, wasn't it?
I have no idea. Really?
They-
I
they
think so.
probably
Yeah,
have-
I think
they
Pancho
probably
Villa's
have-
nickname had something to do with cucaracha.
Yeah, they probably have a new.
Well, because most of them look like
discovery.
cucarachas. Most
Right?
of them
They
look like
probably have a
cucarachas.
new
They're
discovery, like the snake venom or the spider venom or what's that other thing?
Cucaracha has no venom.
Right?
Huh?
All these bizarre
Nay.
medicines, so-called, from the Gila monster and spiders and snakes.
Yes, but they are not using it for the... They're not using anything from a cucaracha in medicine.
No.
But anyway.
Oh, that'll be next.
I guess so. I don't know. Okay, so get this. There have been 29 cases of this non-viral hepatitis in Hawaii. And 24 of these cases have a common link to a dietary supplement product labeled Oxy Elite Pro. And get this, Oxy Elite Pro is distributed by USP Labs LLC of Dallas, Texas. Okay, now, these cases, 29 cases, and only 24 they could connect it to this product. So right there, 5 were not. What about those 5? How did they get it? Okay? If it's the product that causes the hepatitis. Huh? How did they get it?
Well,
the other
it's non-viral, they said, right?
Right.
Obviously. So is that called hepatitis B, or is hepatitis B viral?
They all are. This is a new is another type of acute non-viral hepatitis. They are just not giving any detail. It's not hepatitis B, because hepatitis B you get it from eating raw fish, so it's not.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, but listen, not only 24 of those 29. What about the other 5? What caused those other 5? But also happened only in Hawaii. Okay? And this company, USP Labs of Dallas, sells this product, Oxy Elite Pro, nationwide through a wide range of distribution channels, including internet and retail store. And it is a dietary supplement. But for some reason, they decided that this dietary supplement caused non-viral hepatitis. Now, these 29 cases were hospitalized, and 2 cases had to have liver transplant, and 1 died. Okay.
Only in Hawaii.
Only in Hawaii.
Weird.
The culprit is that means if you are a person that is a scientist that does investigation.
There's got to be a
facts,
reason for that, right?
there are two strange things going on. Only in Hawaii, for a product that is sold throughout the country, not just in Hawaii.
Well, you know what, Dr. Carpenter? Any logic would tell you that if the product itself is consistent throughout wherever it's shipped, then the problem is not universal in the product. The problem has to do locally with Hawaii. That's just logic, right?
Something happening there. But also my other question is, 24 of these people could be linked with hepatitis said they were taking Oxy Elite Pro, but 5 didn't. See, right there is suspicious, okay? Not connected. How can they tell that is connected to the product? How can they tell? What about other products?
Yeah, that's my question.
I wonder how many of them had coffee that day.
Yeah. How many people drank a glass of water? Okay?
Or maybe fish, Dr. Carpenter. Didn't you mention fish? That Hawaii, that's a place where they have a lot of fish there. Right?
Yeah, it's just from fish is usually viral hepatitis B. They didn't say it's hepatitis B. They said it's no viral. So I don't know, but it could be something, okay? And apparently they have a lot of other problem in Hawaii, okay? So because of all this cruise ship dump junk in the water. So I don't see from this article that anything that could definitely be connected with this product. Because if the product was sold only in Hawaii by this Dallas company is one thing, but instead it's sold throughout the country. Okay?
And one other case cited in another area of the country?
No.
It's very suspicious. Well, did they...
But they're hoping to find some that are not there and say, contact FDA if you have taken this supplement and the usual junk. If you have taken this, now, what the company said, okay, that is being targeted by FDA, said that there are counterfeit version of their product. So they need to look at those. Because they're also counterfeit version, not the one put out by this lab.
The counterfeit are sold under the same name, is that correct then?
Well, they didn't say. They said that their product has a lot of counterfeit that are being sold. And I don't know what they're doing. They might be using the same name, but not the same manufacturer. I don't know. But what I am telling you, to me, they don't have enough evidence. The only evidence that I see is this happened in Hawaii, but FDA is involved in it. So you know what FDA does? FDA aim is to close down all the company that produce supplements.
Exactly. And you know what else, Dr. Carpenter? The way these people work, and this works across the board. It's not just FDA. If they want to target somebody who they deem to be a problem or a threat, they don't look for the facts. They look for something, and then they make the facts. They try to force the facts to fit what their preconceived idea is. Okay,
right. That's what they did to me.
Exactly.
Same thing. Okay, and they continue doing it. They continue operating, and you're telling me they're not getting paid. Well, this is going on. So the government is not shut down, and FDA is up to the usual tricks. Up to the other day, I thought, well, okay, maybe they shut down FDA too, which would be nice for people like Jeremy Bain and company to have to face life without a paycheck.
Yeah.
They're part of they're part of the control grid, so they're not non-essential.
Right. So apparently they consider FDA essential because they're still having it operating. See, up to their dirty deeds as usual. So anyway, I just, and as I mentioned at the very beginning, the only really breaking news is Tom Hanks having diabetes too, and I think they're gonna use him as a poster person. Okay. told to be a child, so it's gonna be the poster person because they keep, oh yeah, see what happened, he has diabetes too, and now the thing about that is being on diet and exercising, but that's not what his doctor is prescribing. He's prescribing medication. And
of course, Dr. Carpenter, because anytime you find a celebrity, some celebrity actor or whatever, diagnosed with something, and they make a big hoopla about it in the media, you know well that following on the heels will be a drug. A drug. Here's the drug. Everybody listen up. Here's the drug.
Yeah, and basically, I think he's taking it. They're not giving him insulin, and that's not either. So I think they're probably giving him some medication. But what Tom Hanks has said is that his doctor told him that if he, which is what kind of an idiot even makes that statement, but if he went back to the weight he had in high school, he would be a perfectly healthy person. And I don't agree with that either, okay? That is not true.
In other words, the doctor was claiming that a weight gain was responsible for the diabetes? Is that what he was saying?
Yeah. Well, also they're saying another thing is him being an actor, he has to go through fluctuation of weight. He has to gain weight for some movie, lose weight for some others. So, like he had to gain 30 pounds for a baseball movie, and then he had to lose 55 pounds for that movie where he was a castaway, remember?
That's unbelievable.
Well, you know, they do that normally, and of course that doesn't do any good to your health, okay? But I don't know.
I've heard about that, but it seems amazing that anybody would allow their body to be manipulated in that way where it's so detrimental to your health. Just to
I know.
Control.
I only remember hearing making a comment by Sylvester Stallone that I don't even remember the title of this movie, that he was playing an insignificant sheriff down in New Jersey, and he ended up resolving a big case involving mafia, a gangster. But he had to gain, 30 or some pounds for this part. And he said that it was wonderful because he could scarf down all the hamburgers he wanted.
Well, yeah. What I don't understand is why don't they just get somebody who already fits the role?
Because they want somebody famous, because the revenue of the movie in many cases is simply connected with the actors in the movie.
Well, that's true. That's true. I just don't understand why they would abuse their body.
I don't see why actor to do that would agree to do that. No, I know that what is it name that did Irene Brockovich?
Erin Brockovich, the movie?
Yeah. What was her name?
I can't remember the actress.
Oh, yeah. I remember the actress very well. Oh, gee. Oh.
Well, did she have to do something like gain?
Yeah, she had to have breast implants to play that part.
Breast implants? I mean, they couldn't put padding in the brassiere?
I guess not. No,
that's outrageous.
And then she did not like it, so after the movie, she had him taken out.
That's outrageous.
Yeah, she's really a known Julia Roberts.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's right.
She played that part. Yeah, she had to have that, but she didn't want to keep it, and she had it taken off. So they have to do all these things for playing certain parts, and it's just awful that they put him through that. And Tom Hanks went through that one, but I don't know if that's the cause of his diabetes or not. But when the doctor told him that if he went back to his weight in high school, he would be a perfectly healthy man, he said that he was in high school, he weighed 96 pounds.
96 pounds. How tall is he?
He's tall, but he was a kid, okay? That's why he was 96 pounds. And he said, obviously I'm going to have diabetes because there is no way I can do that.
That's
go back to that weight. But
Dr. Carpenter, I'm about 5'5", right? Yeah. And in high school, I probably weighed about 100 pounds. I was so skinny. I'd been most of my life until I got older.
Yeah, but
Now-
he's not 5'5". He's taller
Yeah,
than that.
that's
He's one of the few
90
tall actors.
pounds. That's like an Auschwitz concentration camp.
No, but sometimes kids grow taller all at once. Teenagers, okay? They just shoot up. Some grow on a steady pace, but some shoot up all at once, and that can happen. They're really skinny, but it's really stupid to say. If you went back to 96 pounds, you probably would have so many other health problems that the diabetes would be insignificant.
Yeah, that's
ridiculous. The rest. Yeah, doctors are really stupid. But anyway, so but I just say this is something that makes news, you know? I mean, come on, get real. People have, and Tom Hanks has gained a lot of weight. It looks like what I call porking out, okay? It looks pretty bad. It looks pretty bad, but you know, and then the doctor coming up and say that. It just
But now, Dr. Carpenter, let me ask you this question. Now, I really don't know much about diabetes, but is weight generally a factor, like being overweight? Would that be a factor that would contribute to developing diabetes?
Well, okay, let me tell you something, okay? They claim that it is, okay? They claim, physician, like of course they are gods, so they know it all, right?
Diabetes.
Yeah, so... What is it? We have Ernie coming back?
I see these pictures all over Facebook.
Arnie has come back.
Well, what it is apparently these pictures of Wilford Brimley with the word diabetes, you know, like diabetes, but it's spelled Betus on the end. And apparently, this is true though. I remember it because I used to see it when I was little. He did a commercial. For some diabetes he got me saying it, for some diabetes medicine, right, that drug that was being sold, or some insurance plan or something, some kind of emergency something. But, you know, he was saying diabetes. This is how I fight my diabetes every day. You know, it's the right thing to do.
Okay, but so what they're saying is being overweight, being obese is really bad for your health, okay? And it causes all this problem, including diabetes, okay? But this has been their ongoing belief. So if you lose weight, you're fine, but you're unhealthy if you're obese. Okay, well, October 7 was October 10 hasn't arrived yet, so it's tomorrow. But October 7, Monday, there was this article published on Medscape.com, and it's about a study at the University of Helsinki in Finland, okay? And they did testing on twins. And of course, they couldn't have an enormous number of people because there aren't that many identical or maternal
fraternal twins.
Yeah, that are, one is skinny and the other is obese. It's
You're
not
talking
that
about
common.
fraternal twins or identical twins?
Well, they didn't say. They said twins. No, they're identical. They said identical twins.
Okay.
Okay, now it's
Pretty
not
easy
very
to tell them
common.
apart now.
Right, they're not that identical, but it's pretty difficult to find identical twins.
Hey, we are about to hit time.
Okay.
About 10 seconds.
I'll continue that after this is the end of the first hour, so after the news, we'll have the second hour, and I'll discuss the obese issue and the nonsense of the medical establishment.